Ahoy, everybody, and welcome to the Unwinding Podcast.
Ahoy, ahoy.
We are currently on a boat. More
boat.
specifically, we are on a Virgin cruise boat.
Voyages.
Cruise
Virgin
boat.
Voyages.
Why is it? Sometimes it's
Voyages.
appropriate to call things a boat, and sometimes it's okay to call it a ship. Like sometimes I'm like, I'm on a boat.
This is a ship.
You know, this is a ship, right?
It's a ship.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the Virgin Voyages Scarlet Lady ship. And we are on it for 5-night sailing. So instead of pre-recording a podcast, we were like,
Let's see if this will work.
let's see.
Never done this before.
Let's see. If you're watching on YouTube, we might be swaying a little bit because the boat is moving.
Yeah.
But you know what? That just is going to add on to...
It's the ambiance.
The ambiance.
Yeah, this podcast is gonna be a complete vibe.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about today. We're on the Virgin Voyages cruise. We're going to tell you a little bit of our initial thoughts and kind of talk through what we've done so far. So without further ado, I am Alex.
And I'm Chris.
And this is the Unwinding Podcast.
I don't really know what necessarily you say to greet everyone, but I think you say welcome to the Unwinding Podcast, the podcast where we talk about all the things that help us unwind in life.
Yeah.
I got it. That was like legit first try.
You got it.
Try. I normally, like, if I screwed up, we would edit that out. I got it first try.
You got it. Impressive.
So proud of
Good
myself.
job. Good
This
job.
is a very
Good job.
different week than last week. Like, I'm looking down and I still have the remnants of running a half marathon on my feet, but we
Yeah.
are in a very different location.
Very different location.
Yeah.
Very different. So... I don't even know where to begin. You want to begin with these?
Should we start with these?
Start with
I feel
these?
like it would be such a shame to keep holding them and not eating them.
So, hopefully y'all can see this. It's a little plastic mason jar of treats from...
I think I got some s'mores action there.
Some from the galley, which is like the main kind of food area that's almost always open in some capacity.
It feels like a food court in a mall, maybe,
Yeah.
kind of, but like nicer.
Yeah, really nice. Yeah. So
Less Chick-fil-A.
this was from there. We both just had snacks from there because it's like 4:30. Dinner's not till 8:30. So we were like, we probably need a little snackety. So we are having I think this was a acai panna cotta with some berries, nuts, and some seeds maybe, like a little granola on top. And then you got, well, I picked both of these out, let's be clear. It's called a s'mores jar. So it's just layers of what look like s'more things, which I think I'm going to like that one better because I love anything s'mores. So
I don't think I'm gonna like that at all because it has
probably
fruit
not.
in it.
Probably not. So let's try these. Let's see. I'm going to realize, oh, this is a lot more gelatinous than I thought it was going to be. Oh my god. Oh my god, I do not like that texture. Okay, if I can get over the texture, it's okay, because that is weird.
That might be one of the most delicious things I've ever eaten in
Oh,
my
I
life.
can't wait to have it, because this one is very healthy. You want to try it?
Let's trade.
Just skip the fruit. Well.
There's a lot of grains
This
on
is very gelatinous-y, too. I don't love that. Oh, wow, that's like a really big marshmallow. Oh, sweet lord.
Isn't that a combo?
Oh, that's good.
It's just like marshmallow cream
Oh my gosh,
gelatin on
y'all.
the top, and then like some chocolate mousse, and then some sweet.
Graham cracker crumbs.
Yeah, it's graham cracker crumbs. There's like brown sugar all up in that graham cracker crumbs too. Yeah. I'll eat one of those again. Did these come in a pair, or can I just get that
I can
one?
just get this.
Nice. That's what I will be doing.
That's delicious. I didn't mean this to turn into a mukbang,
Ooh.
but
No
yeah,
thanks.
I'm gonna be nice and
That's
share.
very healthy. No, bro. You go ahead and eat that.
You don't want any more?
No, finish it off.
Okay. It's delicious. Well, anyway, yeah, that one is like, you can tell it's healthy. It's okay. It's not my favorite, but
Change my mind.
this that one's better. Okay, so we're gonna start. Let's start with kind of before the cruise. So I'm a travel advisor, if you didn't know, and Virgin Voyages, with their travel agents who are signed up to work with them, and they have an online training that if you complete the online training through a certain point, you get a discounted travel agent rate to come on one of their cruises. So we were able to book that. It is not free, but it is highly discounted. So we took that. And once those dates come out, because it's only for specific cruises, we found one that works within our schedule. I called, booked it. We are in a sea terrace room, which essentially just means there's a balcony, which is over to my right.
That's where all that nice light is coming from.
Yes, and it is lovely. Really glad we have the balcony or the sea terrace. And it's a queen bed situation that actually we have turned into a couch right now. It moves. It's not the most comfortable bed I've ever been on, just being straight real with that. Also don't like the pillows. But overall, I slept pretty well last night. Did you sleep? You always sleep well.
Yeah, I slept till like 9:30 today.
You always sleep well.
Gucci.
So that was pre-cruise. So we booked this about a month and a half ago, probably, maybe a little bit less. And now here we are. It is a 5-night sailing. It is one that it has 2 sea days. So sea days are literally just like right now we're just cruising through the sea. We are not docking anywhere or porting anywhere. We're just cruising. So you get to enjoy the ship. And then
so when they say this is a sea terrace, it's not the letter C, terrace.
No, it's
because I was
CEA.
Thinking there was like CBA and like A terrace is like
CEA. SEA.
Yeah.
Did I say CEA?
I don't know what you
said. Holy moly. I'm on vacation brain, so it's fine. And then tomorrow we port in Playa del Carmen in Mexico. And then another sea day, and then we go to Beach Club at Bimini, I think is how you say it. It's they have a beach club there. Virgin Voyages does. It's private for Virgin Voyages guests. So we'll be doing that.
What kind of things are involved there?
I think there's like big pools.
Beaches.
There's a beach. Things that you can do. Food.
Water slides?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. All right.
I don't think so. I'm not sure though. I'm not 100% sure.
I'll be on the lookout.
You'll be on the lookout for a little water slide. So that's kind of the overview of like what we're doing, what the room is, what the sailing looks like. If you're not familiar with Virgin Voyages, this is an adult only 18 and up cruise.
And
so
boy is it quiet.
It is very quiet. There are no children allowed on any of their sailings. It is a totally all adults only cruise line. Which, being people who don't have kids and are a little like, when we were on our Disney cruise, we spent 95% of our cruise in the adults only area because kids are loud.
Yeah, for sure.
And we want to come and like relax. No shade to people with kids. Like, that's how kids are. They're excitable. They squeal and scream.
Yeah.
It just ain't for us. We want to come and like zen out and like lay out and be quiet and read a book, not hear screaming.
And there's nothing wrong with that cruise line. I think there's things that I preferred that Disney does. Like some of that stuff, the shows and the theming are just unreal.
We love Disney Cruise Line. There's never going to be a time where we're going to say we don't like Disney Cruise Line, regardless. But adults only, I might steer you. If you've not done a Disney cruise, I'm always going to steer you to Disney Cruise Line because it's perfect. But if you really do want that adult only like experience, Virgin Voyages really like so far. I'm really impressed with everything about that aspect of it.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I'm doing a lot of talking.
Well, yeah, I mean, there was a lot to introduce.
I want to have a bite of this snack.
I can talk a little bit about yesterday. So, obviously we were shooting and we're going to have a vlog coming out on all this stuff, but yesterday we left early in the morning, about 6 a.m., and got on the Bright Line to come down here. And that train, the whole train experience, as you guys know, I was looking forward to it. It lived up to all the hype for me, did it?
It was great.
I was going to say, it was...
much preferred over planes. I don't like flying.
There was so much, like, leg room, like, so much space, like, personal space in there that you don't really get on planes unless you're going to pay, like, and you're going on an international flight, all that kind of stuff. I also really liked, there was no like turbulence or any of that.
Right.
And then the views are just awesome. So it's like, plane window, you get a tiny little view. On the train, like it's like windows the whole time. So you're like looking out, and there was cool views out both sides. Got more like city views on the side we were on, and then on the other side, There were multiple spots along there that you could see on the ocean as we were going down through Fort Lauderdale, down to Miami, and then so it was pretty quick once we got off the train. We like grabbed a quick bite. I found a park on Google Maps.
Really quick before we get away too far from the Bright Line. It was about a 3 hour and 15-minute train ride from Orlando to Miami.
Yes.
And for both of us in coach, which is like the base level, it was normally over $300, but if you ever want to use the Bright Line, look up, this is for round trip, look up deals that they have going on, because we got a 50% off, and it was like 160, 150 for our round trip tickets, which were much cheaper.
That's awesome.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. You found a park.
I did find a park. We Ubered over there, hung out for, what, like an hour and a half?
A little bit. I just read, and it was nice.
I just walked around and goofed off with the cameras and just took in, like, downtown Miami, and then we ported, and like once we got to the port to load onto the boat, it was basically like we just walked on. I mean, I
honestly, like, that experience from Disney Cruise Line was so much simpler.
Insanely different. We also, though, we boarded here towards the back part of the day. Our Disney Cruise Line, we got on at like 11:15-ish.
But they don't start until 2 o'clock on Virgin.
Really?
They start later.
Okay, well, it was smooth. Like, it was really smooth. I think I actually did time it on my watch, and from the time that we got to the security checkpoint to getting on the boat, it was 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh. That was like literally our Uber dropping us off.
We didn't stop like almost the entire time. So it was like bags on through security. We went up and had to get our little we got our little bands. I don't
remember
know
what they call these.
Yeah, I don't know. But they're like a nautical play. They're saying, like, they have a little thing on it that says "feeling naughty," but it's spelled like nautical.
To me, these remind me a lot of what like Magic Bands do at Disney World.
Yeah.
Because they're your room key. You can charge things to them, and they are like what they scan at security and things like that. Kind of like your ticket to get into Disney World. It's like was our ticket to get on the boat to make sure they knew that we were cleared.
Yeah, and I think as far as like knowing, they kind of keep you from having to carry around valuables, right? Like, so you have the safe in your room, and I can totally leave any of our cards and money and things like that and just carry with my phone, my ID.
Yeah.
I think these actually will tell them if we're underage or not.
Yeah, they will.
So like we just go and scan to pay for a drink at the pool, or like these will do alcoholic but also non-alcoholic drinks. So we paid ahead of time. I think we...
Yeah, you want to talk about the bar tab?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. We pre-purchased a $300 tab, and for doing that, they gave us another $50.
Yep.
Right?
And then the $200, they give you an extra $25, I believe, and a $100 bar tab, I think they give you $10.
Yeah.
So any of the bar tabs that you buy, you have to do it before the cruise starts. You can do it on the app or online. They give you extra money, free money to use when you do that.
And even if you don't think you're going to use a full $300 like bar tab, like if you don't like alcohol that much or whatever, they have tons of other really good options that you can pay for with these. Like, so this morning, I have so far this morning paid for all of my caffeine with it. So a sugar-free Red Bull and a coffee this afternoon.
I had a kombucha earlier. You can get smoothies with it, alcohol or non-alcoholic, like shakes, milkshakes, non-alcoholic or alcoholic. You can basically make any, like, it seems like it's very alcohol and non-alcohol friendly. There's even like, what are the beers that are not alcohol?
Oh, zero proof Heinekens.
Zero proof. They have a ton of zero proof stuff. Awesome. Yeah, and so bar tab doesn't just mean alcohol. It means basically anything extra drink-wise that you're gonna drink, because what's included is like regular coffee and tea, sodas and drinking water, either still or sparkling. But then if you want anything extra, that's when this comes in handy. So we'll see. So part of my travel agent rate was getting $150 in onboard credit, plus the $350 bar tab. We have $500 in bar tab to use in 5 nights.
Challenge accepted.
We shall see. we're nowhere near close within 24 hours, but I didn't realize that the kombucha and all that was included, and I was like, great. So I'll be doing a lot of that, I think.
Cool. I mean, I guess we can talk about like finding our way around the ship a little bit. Like this, we had the same experience on the Disney cruise line. Whenever we get here, we are double-minded, meaning that we're completely freaking exhausted from getting up and traveling and getting here, but also have so much FOMO. Like they immediately, like they have so many activities. They're just like, you want to get on this ship, and I know they're accommodating everybody, like all these different like styles and tastes or whatever, but like it's immediately it's like, okay, so you got to do your muster drill. Everybody's got to do that. If you've never been on a cruise before, they basically, you watch a safety video with everybody else. It's a legal requirement, right? So aside from that though, it's like both of our minds wanted to come to this room and just like sleep it off for a couple hours, right? Mm-hmm. Long travel day, sleep it off. The other part of us has FOMO so bad for all the activities that are happening, and like you're completely disoriented whenever you walk onto a cruise, right? So like you're like, how big is this ship? What direction am I going? Like the number of times in the vlog that we were filming today where like I thought we were going to the aft and we were really going for, like, I'm just completely turned around all the time.
Same.
And so in like there's some kind of like weird, you want to like go out and explore and get your bearings and because it's like sensory overload.
Yeah. There's a part of it too that for me was frustrating because the app shows you a lot of stuff that you're going to be able to do on board, but it seemed like 50% of it said book on board. And so it's like, I think it was after we watched the security video or whatever it's called, the mustard, whatever. After we did that.
I think it's called Safety Rocks, and it's a very...
It's very interesting. We'll let you experience it for yourself one day.
I
It's
won't
something.
spoil that one.
It's something. But after you do that, it basically, it seems like it unlocks your phone or the app to be able to book more things. And so I really, like, I was reading online and some of the stuff I wanted to do, I knew booked up fast. And I was like, no, I got to get on this app. We got to do this thing. We got to go, like, because you not only have to watch the video, you have to go to a specific place on the ship that you're designated to go check in with the, I always want to call people cast members, but they're not, the crew members basically here, and make sure like they scan your stuff, make sure you're good, all that. And then it unlocks those amenities. And I was like, well, crap, because I was like, I have to get some of this crap booked. And yeah, so it was travel days are always a test in our relationship.
Honestly, anybody's. I legitimately don't know how people do it.
I don't know how people do it with kids on top of it. I am so easily overstimulated, and then it just makes me so overwhelmed and grumpy and like snappy. So yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I really try not to.
People book two rooms, one for the kids and one for them, and they're like, whatever you do, stay inside of your room.
I don't think that's a thing.
I'm gonna nap for 2 hours.
I don't think that's
okay. All right, all the parents right now are just like, this kid has no idea.
They definitely can't do that. Right, exactly. They definitely can't book the room for a kid. But anyway, so yeah, travel day was a little wild, but we made it on. We have a room tour coming up on the YouTube channel, a ton of vlogs. So if you're not subscribed over to the YouTube channel, it's the Unwinding Podcast over there right now. We may end up changing it at some point to the Unwinding Vlog, but right now we're still under the Unwinding Podcast. So go in the show notes and there'll be a link to that. You can go and subscribe there. I've got a lot of content about Virgin coming out if it's something you've ever been interested in. So
we've started doing shorts too.
Yeah,
so they're super fun for if you're like
love.
normally a YouTube person and you enjoy short form stuff. Like if you subscribe, we'll start just showing up in your shorts.
Yes. So that was basically how we started the time on the ship. We kind of perused around, and we had dinner last night for the first night at Pink Agave. All the dinner places different from DCL, where you basically, you don't have to make reservations. They just tell you you go to this place this night and this place the next night, you do have to make dining reservations here. They open prior to your sailing on the app, but you can also book more on board. Last night we had Pink Agave. It's the Mexican place on board, and I really enjoyed it as we were eating it.
Yeah.
You're shaking your head. Do you agree? Shaking your head, yes.
Sorry, I was actually thinking
People on the podcast can't hear your head shake.
Sorry, I was thinking about the food that we ate, and like I actually kind of got lost in thought because the margarita was so stinking good, and then the guacamole was a highlight.
Fire!
If you have never done this, like this is like a
people are gonna think we're so weird for this.
No, this is a freaking free one. Okay, so you don't even have to go on a cruise ship. Just do this, please. Put pomegranate seeds in your guacamole.
He's not wrong.
I'm telling you, I did not expect it at all, and I was like, what the heck? Is this a pomegranate in this guacamole right now? And then I ate it. Forever changed.
The people next to us scooped all of theirs and put them on the side. I was like, can I have yours?
That is a good way to not become friends with us.
Yeah, I don't think they liked us, though. They kind of like, we tried to talk to them, and they were like, no, thank you. Yeah. I was like, all right, no, we're not making friends with them. But that's okay. Yeah, it was very good. I will say it did give me a little bit of indigestion, both of us a little indigestion later on that night.
Okay, so another pro tip. Down the bottom floor of this ship, I think it was actually, no, it's on the bottom one. Floor number 5.
It was 5.
Yeah, so 5, there is a ship shop.
Ship shop.
Ship shop is what they call it. And it had like various...
Yeah, because you forgot what? Tums and
I needed Tums from that, and then eye drops for that.
Yeah, pack them ahead of time, because it was kind of expensive.
It was like $12 or something like that.
But yeah, if you forget, they do have them, so it did help, because we were both like burping all night.
Well, so we did
that may just be travel day too.
I was going to say, we did have other really good food that was like pretty acidic too.
Yeah.
I had a really good fish. You had some really good pork.
Yeah, it was all honestly very, very good. Definitely recommend that that dinner place if you're going to be on board and you like Mexican food.
Aside from the one restaurant that we ate at on DCL that we were looking at, what's the name of that? Paolo. Aside from that one restaurant, I think the food on this cruise is elevated, like all around. Like every meal is better than most of the meals that we ate on DCL. Yeah. Except for Paolo. Paolo is ridiculous.
Yeah, there was a handful of specific things, even in like the main rooms on DCL that I liked better, that I still like. I really, really liked. But yeah, overall, like so far, and now I know not everybody eats probably the way that we do as well. So there's that aspect of it as well. Both of us are pretty adventurous eaters. We like different kinds of food. We like unique things. So I would say that there is a really good... I was telling you earlier, actually, like when you go on vacation or go on a cruise or whatever, it seems like a lot of places, they have like vegan or vegetarian or like that healthier option. And it's usually like a salad that's not very well done, or it's like, I don't know, overnight oats that have mushy and have been sitting there for 3 days because nobody wants them. This ship has so many well done healthier alternatives that are both vegan, vegetarian, and just healthier alternatives that are not vegan or vegetarian that I've been like floored about, because I like a mix of both. We both like to eat unhealthy food, don't get us wrong. We are going to eat that burger and fries because we have had a pizza. I mean, there is an ice cream shop, so don't get me wrong, but it is nice to also have those healthy alternatives. So like at breakfast, I can have avocado toast and like a muesli and feel really good, and then have a kombucha, but then for lunch I might, indulge a little bit, have some ice cream. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know. Like, because there's there is like, even on DCL, there were places for you to go and be active and things like that. And there was healthy food. It is a different thing to serve healthy food and then to like have healthy options that you're actually like excited to try because it is good. Yes. Right? It's like there's like, hey, we have this whole section of the menu that's stinking awesome, and then we have this healthy stuff. It's like there is a tier above the, hey, here's the healthy stuff that is It is really good. So
yeah, I would agree. And we're not trying to like just make this a comparison to DCL. It's just the only other cruise line that we have currently been on, and so we're just like, it's an easy comparison to us. We're always gonna love Disney Cruise Line because of what it is, and we love Disney. But like, we're just comparing it from two people who don't have kids and like to eat a little bit more adventurously.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, where are we going to next?
Okay, I don't know. We talk about healthy food, healthier ways to enjoy your time on the ship. I have been to the yoga class this morning, and then I booked a cycling class tomorrow. We'll see how Alex does in cycling on a boat. Makes me a little nervous, but we'll see. And then, so there's yoga classes, there's HIIT, high intensity interval training workouts, there's like a boot camp style classes, there's bungee classes where you're attached to the bungee cords from the ceiling. Those sold out before I was able to snag one. There's paddleboard yoga at the beach club. There's a lot of different options. And then if you don't like taking classes, the gym space here is massive and big. Lots of options. The indoor stuff, there's an entire room that has a row of treadmills, a row of bikes and ellipticals on one side, and then the other side has free weights as well as machines and an area to stretch and do yoga or do Pilates or your core work or whatever. And then upstairs there's an outdoor gym that has like a boxing ring, and then inside there's like a more of like a CrossFit style area with kettlebells and slam balls and just open area to do different things. And then there is also a track that you can run on outside. Mm-hmm. There's a lot.
Did you mention the basketball court?
And a basketball court.
There's a basketball
that they do dodgeball, basketball, pickleball on. They do a whole bunch of different stuff. So tons of opportunities to be active if you want to be. It was our goal to kind of be a little bit more mindful of our activity level and eating on this cruise, just so we could. Let's just say it's very difficult when you live next to a theme park and you want to go and enjoy yourself constantly. Because it's like, oh, I've had a bad day. Let's go have a little snickety snack at Magic Kingdom.
I don't think the best way to get sympathy about that is to tell people that we live next to a theme park and our life is hard.
Probably not. It's not hard. It just makes you. I'm not saying it's hard. I'm just saying it makes us want to eat out a lot, and it makes our bodies not feel as good. So we're trying to be a little bit more mindful of that on this trip, so we don't go 5 days and just feel like. Also, with motion sickness, if I eat a lot, because I've been okay on the ship so far, but we are in the aft, which typically the back of the ship can tend to get a little bit more motion than midship, which is where we were for the Disney cruise. I don't want to eat a ton or even drink a lot of alcohol, because I'm afraid that if I do and I do get motion sickness, then there's going to be a mess to be had. And I don't want that for myself. So, yeah.
I don't want that for you either.
No, you don't want to deal with it, really.
No, I really don't.
You're like, golly, because I am grumpy when I don't feel good.
Same.
So, you're just whiny. I'm grumpy, you're whiny.
Fair.
So, what else? We want to kind of think about a little bit of what we're kind of looking forward to the rest of the week with everything. Is there anything specifically that you're like, we haven't done yet, that you're like really excited about?
Yeah, there's, so we went and saw the Red Room, which was pretty cool. It's like this multifunctional space on like floor 6 or... I think our shower just peed. It's a multifunctional with these microphones. There's no way they heard it, but yeah.
No, Bill, I was like, who's in the bathroom? Because it sounded like somebody was tinkling, but I think when the boat tilts, it's like the water that was sitting in the pipes kind of leaks out. So sorry.
Yeah, the camera I can see on the thing is doing this, so like you can tell that we're
if you're watching on YouTube, I cannot wait for this, because I feel like we're gonna be like this.
Oh yeah, it's pretty great.
It's pretty bumpy out there.
Yep.
Sorry.
I forgot.
You're talking about the Red Room. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes.
The multi-purpose.
Okay, cool. It is. Yes, it's beautiful inside. Like it's like a theater, a really nice, small, boxy theater, and they do group fitness classes. They can like pull all the seats back and have an open floor, and then you have like a really cool
They were doing
fitness studio.
Zumba in there and another couple of different dance classes.
But then they're also going to be able to pull them back out and put some tables in the front and do. There's a stand-up comedy act.
Yeah, we need to look up when that is.
Yeah, everything you can do through the app once you get your mustard drill done.
You can say mustard.
Mustard?
Mustard.
No, it's mustard. It's a mustard
Yellow
drill.
mustard. Squirt, squirt.
Is it really just mustard?
Yeah. M-U-S-T-U-R, I think, or M-U-S-T-E-R. I don't know. You're making me look bad here on the pod. I don't know.
Okay.
Anyway, after you get that done.
Have fun editing this.
Yeah. That'd be great.
Oh, we also saw some good live music earlier today too. So I've looked on the app, and there is the duo.
The jazz duo?
Yeah, the jazz. No, it's just a duo.
Oh, okay.
Those two.
Jazz.
There is a jazz trio that we have not seen.
Trace.
Yes, that is. There is a trio that we are going to see at some point. They play basically every day, twice a day, in like floor 5 or 6, kind of like the main staircase or whatever for the ship. So
cool.
We 100% need to go do that. But I think those were the main things that I was looking forward to, is like the live music. I might also, I know this is not exactly your thing, but I might sneak down to the arcade and play some
I think you
retro
should.
video games
I
for a little
felt
while
like I was going to
myself.
throw up when I was looking at that screen.
Yeah. Well, it's all like 8-bit and ancient arcadey, and then you're like holding on for dear life. So you kind of got to have a strong stomach.
Nope, not for me.
Yeah.
Not
But that area was super cool. They had the arcade, they had air hockey.
Yeah.
They had foosball, and then like a ton of board games, and then over on the other side they had, I forget what it's called, but it's in a lot of bars where you have the little pucks and they're on sand and you throw them down there.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I can't ever think of the name of it either.
That game, shuffleboard? I don't know.
Sure.
Whatever.
That just made me think of Schaffelberg.
Anyway,
so yeah, gosh, we've only really been on the ship for about a little over 24 hours. So this is a 5-night cruise. We have a lot more to do. We've got Scarlet Night coming up tomorrow night. We've got all the different dining reservations that we have. Different, like I said, to be determined on the cycling class if I vomit everywhere. All the live music and different shows. We're going to a show tomorrow night. Lots of good stuff coming up, so I'm excited for all of it, honestly, just to keep exploring and keep getting to relax and enjoy what is they have to offer, especially the food.
Yeah, so probably before we get these vlogs out, we're both kind of posting on Instagram as much of the stuff that we can. Actually, that's one of the positives here on this cruise line, as well as the Wi-Fi is decent.
And it's free.
Yeah, which is nice.
The only thing you can't do with it, that if you want to have any type of streaming, like TikTok kind of isn't really great right now, YouTube ain't great, that kind of stuff, but like all social media, email, if you have an iPhone, you can text or iMessage, it's all working really, really well, which is like, again, not to compare Disney Cruise Lines,
but we did pay like $80 for the
you don't
Wi-Fi
pay for it
on Disney Cruise Line.
And you only got social media access. Like there's just a lot of tiers in Disney's, in my opinion, that I'm like,
I will, in defense of DCL,
yes,
their technology significantly better.
Correct.
When we got on, this is my only negative that I have for Virgin.
I would agree. The app is not great.
I'm hypersensitive to this stuff because I literally do it for a living.
Yes.
But they're like, it's nice that everything is connected, but when the system like doesn't work exactly right, it is a pain in the butt to reset everything. And so it took us both quite a bit of time. We didn't know what we were doing, of course. So, but it did take us a longer amount of time than I feel like it should take most millennials to get on the internet, like, because it's kind of what our generation does.
Yeah, it was just a little rough.
Yeah.
It was just rough figuring it out.
So,
we figured it out, but like genuinely, if you're not technologically inclined, or I would say that you're probably going to end up visiting guest services, because
100%.
It was
there was a line of people probably 10 to 15 years older than us at guest services yesterday evening, and I have a feeling a lot of it was just like issues with the technology, because it's really cool when it works, but sometimes it's just really annoying.
It is very buggy, I will say. Their app's pretty buggy, and that is one thing, yeah. Like, gosh, I feel like I really don't want to come across like we're comparing. It just legitimately is the only 2 cruise lines that we've been on. It is not as it's not as good, that's for sure. And that might be because they give us all access to the Wi-Fi, like, and Disney kind of keeps it compartmentalized. I don't know. I do like that it's free Wi-Fi, just in terms of like work-related stuff, that I can respond to stuff if I need to. But it is kind of nice sometimes not to be able to respond to.
Well, the whole reason I went into that train of thinking is because we are actually keeping up with our Instagrams. So when this podcast goes out on Wednesday, we're still going to be on the boat for a couple of days. So just follow us on Instagram, and I'm sure you'll see stories for all that stuff. Yeah,
all of that's linked below. And like I said, now that we've done the Wi-Fi thing, we know how it is. So if you book your trip with me, I'll make sure you don't have to go to guest services, because I know the tips and tricks on how to make it work now. So yeah.
So you don't have to watch your safety video 4 times to make the app recognize that we've watched it.
Yeah, it was rough. So, but for real, there's a form linked below wherever you're listening or watching this that you can fill out if you want to take a Virgin cruise or any other cruise, Disney cruise, or if you want to go to Disney Universal. I would love to help. It's free to use me. And yeah, it's going to be a rip-roaring time here on Virgin Voyages. You could feel naughty, or, I don't know, some of the other cute little things that they say. No. Have I sang this episode? I think I did already. Could sing the safety video to you again.
Anything but the safety video.
Anything else before we wrap this puppy up?
Oh, let's wrap it up. I need a margarita on the deck up there.
Oh, is that what you're gonna do?
That sounds
I think I might take a nap.
Shoot, I might go to the arcade if
we got 3 hours
we can spend plenty of time on the deck. I'm going to the arcade.
At 3 hours before dinner, I'm like, time for sleeps. Yeah, so how are you unwinding this week?
Dang. On the nose.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
we're here.
Yeah, we're here. We're unwinding. Obviously, we're doing quite a bit of work in trying to get some of this content and stuff out, but yeah, it is super fun work. This is what we've worked for a long time to kind of get our life in this situation where we are doing this stuff and enjoying it and working together. So I'm just gonna keep working and enjoying the good times. The good vibes.
Let the good times roll.
You got a Ben Rector song in. Look at you.
Let the good times roll. That's not Ben Rector. So be sure to subscribe either on the podcast or the YouTube channel so you don't miss the videos that we put out about our Virgin trip. Why are you snarkily looking at me like that? He wants his margarita, everybody. I gotta let him go. So
she just thought for 45 seconds to remember to tell y'all to subscribe. The amount of thought that went into what we needed to say at the end of this video, which was literally subscribe so you can watch the rest of them.
Everybody thinks doing a podcast, like you look at people do it and they're like, oh, that's so easy. And then you do it and your brain is like sizzling half the time. Like you can't remember your words. It's fine. All right, the ship is starting to shake again, like pretty bad. So we're gonna let y'all go.
All right, I'm Chris.
And I am ahoy, ahoy, Alex.
Oh, God. This is the Unwinding Podcast.
Bye, everybody.